Hello guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is a very special day in Norway. As you know, I'm currently in Norway. It's the 17th of May, which is the Norwegian Constitution Day and the Norwegian National Day. Norwegians are out celebrating. Patriotism is everywhere and nationalism is everywhere. It's really quite something special, and it dates back to the 1800s, from when Norway got became free from Denmark. And later on in 1905 Norway became independent from Sweden as well. But Norwegians are out everywhere today. Literally everyone is out on the streets celebrating patriotism and nationalism in Norway. It's really something special, and it's not really... I found not many people outside of Norway know what's actually happening in Norway today on the 17th of May. It's the only thing I can compare it to is the 4th of July celebrations in America, which is also very patriotic. But other than that, it is the Norwegian 17th of May celebrations. Literally everyone from the youngest to the oldest turn out, and they march in parades. Everyone has Norwegian flags, and they chant patriotic themes. It's very, very special, and something that's really precious to see that we still have in Europe. So I hope this video maybe gives a little hope for the future of Europe, to see that there are still countries in Europe where patriotism is a very big thing, at least here in Norway. And as you can see here, I'm right now in the beautiful Geirangerfjorden. Behind me, it's absolutely ridiculously beautiful out here. So I'm going to be heading into one of the bigger cities here nearby. It's about an hour's drive away, Alesund, where they're having a huge celebration today. This is going to be very, very fun day today indeed. So join me in the celebrations, and let's head into this, guys. Already as I began my journey, I could see the patriotism. In all the small villages I passed on my journey into the city, they had put up Norwegian flags all over the place. All the lampposts were decorated with the Norwegian flag, and I probably passed around 500 flags on my way into the city. Accompanied by the fantastic nature, I could already tell that this was going to be a very good day. I arrive in the city of Alesund, which is a very unique and special city, and perhaps one of the most beautiful cities in the whole of Europe. This city truly has one of the best sceneries in Europe, situated in the opening of the beautiful Geirangerfjord, which is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. High mountains and deep fjords, it's truly a spectacular scenery. The city is also known as the Jugend City, named for its special Jugend architecture, which was built in the early 1900s by Kaiser Wilhelm from Germany, after almost the entire city was destroyed in a huge fire. The first thing that struck me when I arrived was how beautifully the people were dressed. The men and women wore traditional Norwegian dresses called bunad. There are over 400 versions of the Norwegian bunad, depending on which area you're from. The one from this area, Sunnmøre, has a long black skirt with red flowery decorations on it, and it's the one you will see most prominent in this documentary. They are very expensive, and they also feature expensive decorative silver on it. Many young girls in Norway receive a bunad at their confirmation. When they dress up like this, you quickly realize the Norwegians take their 17th of May Constitution Day celebrations very seriously. This is true patriotism. This is European culture and heritage, and it's beautiful. You must never let this beauty disappear or be destroyed by the globalist agenda. Embrace your European heritage. It's beautiful. Traditionalism always beats modernism. There were loads of different ceremonies taking place all over the city before a huge parade later on in the day. Cannon shots had rung out through the city in salute, and ceremonies had taken place for the fallen heroes of World War II who bravely fought the occupation of Norway by the Nazis. And different choirs had taken up a place in the street, singing to the public. But now it's time for the huge parade, which is the highlight of the 17th May National Day celebrations. Everyone from the old to the young school children take part in this massive celebration of what I can only describe as probably one of the most patriotic things I have ever seen in Europe or any other country for that matter. The march was over an hour long, so I will edit out the best bits for you so this documentary doesn't get unbearably long to watch, but that really goes to show you how many people actually turned out for this. But please make sure to watch the very end, because I think this will give you hope for the future of Europe.
Det var bra. Ska du få här också? Är det blåsa? Jag kan inte tråka till benen på. Jag ska flyga bort från smäcken. Långt till. Ser du Björn-Ari? Men du står här så. Har du med mig jävlar? Ta en bit där.
don't know if you noticed, but if you saw at the beginning of the march there, the police were actually leading the march itself, and this is not for security purposes or anything like that. It's actually them leading the march, being in the march itself, because it's such a huge thing. It really shows that really the whole country is patriotic. You know, I could just imagine a couple of other countries, perhaps Sweden or other countries in Europe, where this would really be completely unthinkable for the police to take part in celebrations like this. But no, in Norway, this is a completely standard part of life. This happens every single year. As you can see, this is true nationalism, true patriotism. This is not about left-wing versus right-wing politics. This is about loving your country and culture and preserving it. At so-called right-wing demonstrations that I have reported on in the past, many have been attended by football hooligans and skinheads. That is not patriotism, that is football hooligans and skinheads. These are ordinary Norwegian citizens who turn up every year for huge celebrations like this for their country. This is what nationalism and patriotism is really about. The Norwegians were once occupied by the Nazis during World War II, and many brave heroes lost their lives fighting for freedom. The Norwegians know that freedom is worth fighting for because they have been under pressure in the past, not only under Germany, but also a long time under Denmark and Sweden. It's worth remembering that Norway has barely existed as a free country in the past. After having been occupied for hundreds of years, they finally gained independence from Sweden in 1905, only to lose it 35 years later to the Germans. Then in 1945 the Norwegians were finally a free country again, and they remain so to this day. That's why these celebrations are so incredibly important to all ordinary Norwegian citizens. Here we have a imposter here, wearing a Swedish national dress instead of the Norwegian one. I presume she's Swedish.
Bilder bulletin og det sånn.
Things that I overheard some of the children chant during this march was, quote, Norway is the best, and quote, everything for Norway. It's really precious to see that coming from these young children. Now we come to the interesting part of the march. These people are called Russ in Norway, and they are about to graduate college, and they all dress up in these clothes, and they kind of go a little bit wild and behave a little bit irresponsibly sometimes, and that's kind of what you see right here, right now, what's going on, and they are always part in these marches. It's tradition that they walk in these marches, but they're not as traditional, shall we say, as the rest of the march and the rest of the marching bands and so on. And there are different groups of these Russ as well. You also have the Christian ones. I actually met one of them on the ferry a couple of weeks ago. They call themselves Crusaders, and they had this logo as their logo. You can kind of see they're not as politically correct in Norway as in many other countries. It seems like it hasn't gotten hold that much yet, which is a good thing. turnout for this event was absolutely huge. I would estimate probably around 20 to 30,000 people turned out in this city alone to celebrate. And remember, literally everyone from the youngest to the oldest turned out in every village and city all over Norway on this day. So more or less the whole Norwegian population is out celebrating, and it's incredible to see. After March it ended, had a big stage where they were talking, and one of the speakers actually talked about freedom of speech and how important freedom is. You know, Norway having been occupied by the Nazis during the Second World War, Norwegians know a lot more about how important freedom and freedom of speech really is, because they have lived under oppression in the past. So I think that is one important reason why Norway is so patriotic as they are compared to many other countries in Europe. They were also selling delicious cakes, but I'd have to wait with the cakes for myself for a little bit later in the evening, because I had still some work to do here. And yeah, I think this really sums up this video. You've seen the best bits of the march. I might come out with a full unedited version of all the marching footage later on, but we'll see. In the meantime, this video took me a very long time to make. I've been working for several days to make this documentary, so I really hope this has given you some inspiration and to see something from Europe, from Norway, that you probably didn't know about. This amazing patriotism on display. So I'd really appreciate it if you smash that like button on this video. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that notification bell to get notifications whenever new videos come out. And share this video all over social media as well to let people know what's happening, because it's important to get the message out there. And as I've said, I've been working for several days on this video, so if you want to help me support my work at all, that would be much appreciated. You can support me on Patreon. I'll leave the links in the description below. Anything is highly appreciated and helps me keep bringing you more quality content like this. So I hope you guys really enjoy this, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.